Jeff, I saw you guys are with Lindstrom. I think like midway through the first yesterday. What were you looking for there?
It was probably a little bit. We just felt, they have a really strong top line, and we're actually going to see another one in Matthews. Not to say the other lines aren't dangerous; they certainly are, but we just thought to try and with Leddy and Sider together against that group. Leddy's a pretty strong as skates and can battle a little bit against some of those bigger, heavier guys like a Rant and like a Landeskog, like a Matthews. So that was and then we paired DK up with Lindy, and that was kind of the impetus of it.
You guys started with Leddy to start the year. Like, what took you away from that, and like what?
There was times where it wasn't a great pairing, overall there was moments of good, moments of not. So we just at that time felt it was the right move to try to mix it a little bit. I think there's also times where on the different matchups, differing teams, depending on what they're like and on the road and those types of things. So we just felt again as we got into the game. That felt like the most dangerous line, and Toronto's tough because obviously they got Tavares line too, but Matthews, it can be such a beast that we, going into the game, it's kind of the way we feel we'll stay going into the game.
Thanks.
Yep.
And Sarkon?
Yeah, Jeff, Larkin, just a maintenance day today?
Yeah, maintenance day. Obviously it was questionable for tomorrow last night, and so I can't sit here today and say for sure he's playing Saturday. I don't know that, but we felt it was best to keep him off today.
I saw worked extensively on 6-on-5 drills today. Is that an area that what exactly do you need to do better? What are you looking for in those situations?
Yeah, we haven't been. I can't say that we haven't had some chances, but we haven't scored enough on them. And you're also working on 5 and 6 at the same time, and this extra time that we have here, we just felt today was a good day. It can be really slow. It slows the practice way down. You can't probably do it in conjunction with the penalty kill and power play because, so we just thought, okay, let's work special, PP tomorrow. Let's work 5 and 6, 6 and 5 today. You just don't get enough time to work on it. So, what are you looking for? I mean, ultimately, you want to make sure those 6 guys can go out on the same page, which I think they can, and know what their roles and responsibilities are. Get a few more reps in it. How do you score on those? Generally, you score on kind of rebounds in the back post.
Also, I saw you switch Smith and Ernie on the 3rd and 4th lines. Is that something? What exactly are you looking for there? And because you've liked that Rasmussen line.
Yeah, we'll see where that one goes. Obviously we moved Valeno up too. So with Larkin out, I'd say the lines were a little bit jumbled today. And if Larkin's back in practice tomorrow, you'll see closer to probably what our lines would be for Saturday.
Ted Colvin?
Yeah, Jeff, that was interesting with the Sider comment. Are you still looking for that perfect fit with him, that perfect partner?
No, I don't think. First off, I think Sides is developing into a really good player, and the really good players can play with lots of different partners, and certainly don't need a partner to carry them. I think it's more about matchups, specific situations. Certainly, chemistry matters. But we've had an opportunity for Sides to play with a number of guys now, and I don't think it's a biggest deal. I think we can kind of flip those guys in and out a little bit, and so I would say there's more matchups, how guys are playing, things like that.
Are you still, well, as far as Danny goes, are there still nights you think that stretches where he's still trying to come back to that 100% level before the back surgery? Or
I think Danny. Before the back surgery was a certain, he had certain strength and skating power that he, might not ever have to the same level again. That's just the reality of having a major injury, and it was a major injury. So is he to that same strength, power in his skating, same fluidity? Probably not, and so he doesn't have quite the same level of strength. I don't know if he'll have it again or not. I just don't know that answer. So is he striving to continue to yeah, he works hard in the weight room, works hard off the ice, works hard with their sports science staff to try to get him to be the best he can. And he's also at the same time, obviously, as you get older, sometimes that stuff's harder too. So so we'll see. But Danny's played good hockey for us. Danny's a real smart player, makes good decisions. I don't know if he'll get that strength to the same level, that strength and fluidity back to that same level? I don't know that answer.
I'm not sure if we asked you last night about Zadina or not, but another goal last night. Are you liking what you're seeing with him on that line? Or have you seen some spark from him there?
Well, it's good to score. I've seen him play with more confidence. I think part of that's obviously you're going to play with more confidence when you're playing in those situations. You play more, number one. So I think, there's some positives he did last night, and there's some areas, that he's got to keep working on.
William St. James.
Jeff, when you guys got Nick Leddy, what did you think he could bring, and what have you thought of how he has played?
One, I thought he could bring an experience level, playing on some really good hockey teams that can help guide everybody here, the players, the coaches. I think we all look for opportunities to learn from each other, and so in ways that he's seen success both in Chicago and New York too. I think we felt like we were getting an elite skating defenseman who could help break you out of your end just with his skating, could push us up the ice with his skating, could join the rush with his skating. I think we play our rush defense a little different than they did in New York, and I think he's become more comfortable with pivoting and using his forward skating as a defensive weapon, like some other guys in the past that are real good skaters have done, like Nick Jensen or Mike Green. So he's done a really good job in all those areas.
And with regards to how you've had defensemen partnered up, I think very rarely have you had Seider with Mark Stahl. What's kind of been your thinking there?
Well, I would just say, probably we just felt like those other pairs have been, probably better pairs at that point, and who they're playing against, the number of minutes they're playing. We have areas where we think Stolzy excels in. We think he's really good on the penalty kill. We think he's real good on 3-on-5s. He gets lots of minutes in those situations. If you play with sides, your minutes can get really, really high. And I don't know that that's putting Stolzy in the position to have the best success either. So we're just balancing the whole decor out.
Is it a little bit too? I mean, those are probably your two biggest defensemen, and having them on separate pairs, you kind of have a big. Neither one of them is certainly shy about physical contact.
Yeah, you love to have size on each pair for sure. You love to have some puck moving on each pair. Seider can do a little bit of everything, but you'd love to have that. And certainly Stolzy and Sides probably our two hardest defensemen in terms of their physicality. So it's been solid in our mind to keep them apart.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Yep.
Actually,